folks. Today we're looking at a video I made last year when I was testing out, how the underwater stuff was going to be. So this is my first attempt with placing the camera inside a crawdad net, and I had placed some bait in front of it in hopes that some crawdads, some fish, or whatever would come in. And obviously I was having some issues here trying to close this cage with the thing I had. But right now we are in the Clackamas, down by Clackamas Park. This is the pond off to the right, and I shut off the camera. I had to turn it back on. Something to get used to, making sure that thing's running right and nothing obstructing. And I finally get it all put together. And like I said, I got the bait, the weight, and the camera's inside. And there's some spots here we're going to check out where I think would be a good spot to see some fish, some bass. I've caught bass here before, many times. So right around through here, you see on the right hand side, that I think we'll go on the other side of that actually here in a little bit. So here we go. We moved to the other side, and that where we were was just to the right of that. And that's where the bridge is, and the mouth is just on the other side of that bridge. So here we go with the toss. I was really surprised in this video. You can see quite a few fish, and as murky as the water is, you can still see but I didn't like, see there's one there, I didn't like how the cage kind of coned in like that, so that's why I built the other one. There's a bass there. I believe most of these are bass. I think sucker fish will swim through. A couple crawdads. This little guy shows up a few times, hangs out. You'll see him pop up. He seems to be interested in the camera, what I think. I don't know if it's the food really, but I'm noticing most of the fish that come check out things, it's really the camera they're looking at. They're interested in that. I'm wondering if you just made a lure that's just like a camera, and whatever frequency those cameras give, maybe you catch a lot of fish that way. There's another one behind it. Not entirely sure what those are. Seems like he's sitting on his fins, which I think I don't know, honestly. Goes again. Interesting looking little guy. And he just sits on his fins. I think guppies or something do that. I don't know if we have those here. But yeah, they just seem to sit Right on their fin there. Really interesting. Well, as he swims off, you see his friends over on the outside. They're a little more skittish than he was. I think he went back over to the bait. He ends up going over to the very front of the cage there and hangs out and just spies on everything. A little bit. Oh, there he goes. See, he came back, and then that bigger fish comes swimming by. And I didn't get a good look at it, so. If you keep an eye out on the rocks, you can see a bunch of his little friends, little tiny guys swimming around. So probably the only reason why I kept this footage. Bunch of little minnows. I don't care what size the fish is. I'll watch it swim all day long. Now look at that guy that just went by. And it's a big smallmouth. That's what I think that was. I think he comes back again. There you go. Just keep swimming around that cage. There's a few more about that size or even bigger a little bit later. Now we're going to pull up here a little bit. Yep. And I'm going to take you to the other side where the actual Clackamas River is, and right up underneath the bridge there. And I ended up adding another piece of pork, which I think is what brought along the crawdad that we see here coming up. And I do want you guys to know, do you guys like being in the cage or outside the cage? I kind of want to be on top of the cage is what I'm trying to do. Realistically, I would really like to have just a big lead weight I can get my GoPro on top of and, you know, maybe just put bait around it. So it's not like a cage at all. Now, that's, I think, a suckerfish, yeah. And they got quite a few of those in the Sandy, the Clackamas. It's a big bass swimming by. Look at that. It's a few pounds. Another suckerfish. think this suckerfish and this other bass, they just like to hang out all the time, going around checking stuff out. Comes back around. With those two big guys coming around, I'm really surprised that crawfish shows up here in a little bit. Not sure about the suckerfish, but I know the bass eat crawfish. It's like a delicacy. I notice when the lighting changes too, it's kind of cool. Goes from light, dark. Here he is again. Nice bass. There he is. I think that's the biggest one of the day. Comes back around. Big his head is. Up here in Oregon, most of the time you only find like smallmouth bass. They get pretty good size, 3-4 pounds. You can get bigger ones, you can get smaller ones, but it's a good sized bass. And then the largemouth we do have, and they can get much bigger, but they're not as plentiful here. This video, it definitely makes me want to go bass fishing, I'll tell you that. Especially right in that area. Again, this is over on the Clackamas Park. Look at that boy. It's huge. Sorry, ADHD kicked in. Over on the Clackamas Park, just as it's feeding into the Willamette River, there's a bridge, and it's a big giant pool. These big bass, big suckerfish, salmon, steelhead, I think walleye or pike. One of those, they're all up in there. Here comes the crawfish, sturgeon. You can just about guarantee that there's going to be something in the water at some point in that section. So it's one of my favorite places to go for like all types of fish. Yeah, this guy's pretty good size. Crawdad over here. Yeah. It's funny how it looks like they're always studying. People say they're stupid, but honestly, they're always studying before they really dive in. And I think you hear some clicking too. I'm not sure if that's him making that clicking noise with his mouth or with his claws. Those two guys swim by. Like I said, I'm super surprised that big old crawdad was coming right up to that with those big old fish swimming around like that. And they didn't do nothing. There he comes back again. What's in that cage? Well, folks, this is it's the end of the show almost. 15 more seconds. If you like, please subscribe, please share, comment, do what it takes. I want 1,000 subscribers, and I'll do something cool. See you next time.